Hello everybody, and today I'm going to be showing you how to get full marks on the 2025 paper 1 arithmetic sat paper. So let's go into it. So the teacher would normally read this out to you, but are we in the real test? No, so let's do it. First off, 7,549 equals 7,000 plus blank plus 40 plus 9. All you need to do is know your place value. So the answer here would be 500. And a lot of children make the mistake of writing 5, but imagine if, because these two have been subtracted from 7,549, these two numbers, 40 and 9, it will subtract those from 7,549. You'll get 7,500. Subtract 7,000, which is 500. That's what you do if you get stuck on that. 2, 456 plus 385. So you can do this mentally by rounding these numbers or to the nearest 10, or you can just do this, the column method. I'm sorry for my messy handwriting. So this is supposed to be a 6, 1. This is supposed to be a 8. So this is a 3. So 15 minus 8 equals 7. And then 3 minus 3 equals 0, so 71. So next question. Blank times 233 equals 0. Anything that has an answer with 0, and we already get given the bigger number, the missing number is 0. You should all get a mark on that one. 4. 47.65 plus 51.783. Once again, you can do the column method, which is this. I'm sorry for my messy handwriting. So, and or you can just do this mentally. So, free. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that method because it confuses me. Also, add a 0 if you struggle on these questions. So, 3 plus 0. This is meant to be a 0 equals 3. 8 plus 5 equals 13. We exchange the 1. 7 plus 6 equals 13 plus 1 equals 14. And then we exchange the 1 again. 7 plus 1 equals 8. And then add the 1 equals 9. And then 4 plus 5 equals 9. 99.483. Also, you will normally get 30 minutes on the test. So, question 5, 904 minus 8. So, you can partition this into 4 and 4. So, and then you can do 904 minus 4, which equals 900, and then 900 minus 4 again, which is 896. And then question 6, 84 times divided by 12. You just need to know your times tables. That's 7. you can do bus stop method, which is this. 12, 0. But like, you need to know your 12 times tables, or 7 if you can do that quickly to save time for the harder questions. Like this. 832 times 6, or however you do it. I would just do it 832 times 6 in column method. 12, 18, 19, 48, 49. You need to know your times tables. So this one is 4992. And then 12 times 3 times 10. Just do it at a step at a time. 12 times 3 equals 36 times 10. Just add the 0 to 36, which equals 360. 326 plus blank equals 380. Well, you can round this to 330 and do 380 minus 330, which equals 50. And then add another 4 because we added 4 too many on this one. So plus 4 equals 54. Also, don't write on the blue part of the page. I'm just doing it to show you that how to do it in your head. And then 72 divided by something equals 9. Again, you need to know your times tables. That is 8. For this one, you have to do 2 times 5, which equals 10, and 5 times 6, which equals 30. And that gives us 10 over 30. Now you can write that in the box, but I would simplify it, which equals 1/3. And then question 12, 540 divided by 6. So cross out the z. If you're struggling on this, cross out the 0. Do 54 divided by 6, which equals 9. And then add the 0 back. So which is 90. So makes the answer is 90. 13, 807 times 8. So 807 times 8. You can do column method for this as well. So this is 650. 0 times 8 equals 0. So add the 5. I'm sorry for my horrendous handwriting. And then 8 times 8 equals 64. So 64. So this one would be 6456. Also, I do not know the answers to this, so I'm just trying to do it alongside you. If there are any mistakes, leave it in the comments. A 2-mark question. Now, for these ones, if you get the correct answer and show your method, like how it says here, you would get the mark. And then sorry for the break, by the way, but if you show your method and get the correct answer, you'll get the 2 marks. But if you show your method but make one mistake, which leads you to get the incorrect answer, you would get 1 mark. So yeah, let's do this. 4 times 2 is 8. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 6 is 12. And then, because this is 30, not 3, we do 0, 0, and then 12, 3, 3 times 1 is 3, plus the 1 we exchange it from the 12 equals 4, and then 6 times 3 equals 18. So 84891. I might have gotten it wrong because of my handwriting. So the government did release the answers though. Wait, no, that's supposed to be a 2. I just checked. So that should be 6. This is what happened when you have bad handwriting, guys. You make such silly mistakes. Alright, 15, 2000 divided by 4. Just remove these 2 zeros. And then do 20 divided by 4. Which equals 5. And then add the 2 zeros back. And which equals 500. So 500. And then 3 times 8.9. I would just do it in column method like this. Write it like 8.9 times 3 because it makes it clearer. So 9 times 3 is 27. Write the 7 and exchange the 2. 3 times 8 equals 24 plus the 2 equals 26. And then the answer is 26.7. So question 17. 326.8 divided by 10. So divide by 10. You just move the decimal place by 1 digit. So we move it towards here, which makes it 32.68. So that's our answer. And then 18, 1/3 minus 1/9. We need to find the common denominator, which is 9. 1/3 equals 3/9 because 3 times 3 equals 9. And then whatever we do to the denominator, we have to do to the numerator. So 3/9 minus 1/9 equals 2/9. So yeah. Question 19, 896 divided by 7. Do bus stop method. Because this question might be confusing. So divide by 7. 1, 19, that's 2. And then 556, 8. And then 128. And then 21,004,235 minus 52,346. So you have to do your workings out with column method if you need to. If you do it mentally, you're a genius. I'm just gonna say it. 11, 12, 9, 8, 1, and then exchange again with 5, 9. So 0 there, so 9, 5, 1, 8, 8, 9. So if they can't read your handwriting, by the way, you wouldn't even get a mark. So do bus stop method for this one if you are struggling. So divide by 9, 0, 41, because we carry the 4 to the 1. 41, that's 4, 5, then that's 5, and then 5, 6. 4, 5, 6 is the answer. and then 1/6 plus 2/3 plus 3/12. Just convert all of them to 12ths, which equals 2/12 plus, so times 4 times 4, 8/12 equals 10/12 plus 3/12, which equals 13/12, and then which equals 1 and 1/12. So we write that in the box. You would still get the mark for writing. No, you would still get the mark for writing 13/12, but just make it a mixed number because it's more clearer in my opinion. Hang on, so 17 minus 0.0, because you need that 0 there, minus 3.6. This is how you would lay it out. So that's 6, 10, 4, 3, 1, 13.4. Question 24. Just add the whole numbers and add the fractions. The whole numbers equals 4, and then the fractions equals 6/5, and that's a improper fraction. And we can't have a mixed number and an improper fraction, so we have to make that 6/5 into a mixed number, which is 1 and 1/5 plus the 4, which is 5 and 1/5. So that's our answer. 5% of 860. Just figure out 10% and divide it by 2, which is what I'm gonna do. And 10% of 860 is 86. So 86 divided by 2, 43. You can also do 8.6 times 5, which would give you the same answer. 5/8 times, divide by 3. So I know you learned about KCF in school, which equals 5/8 times 1/3, but you don't need to do that. This is irrelevant, and all you need to do is just times the numerator by the whole number. And for this case, it will be 8 times 3, and then which equals 5/24. And see if you can simplify it, which in this case you can't, so the answer is 5/24. So 27, 19% of 2,300. Find 1% and 20%. 20% being 460 and 1% being 23. So, and then we subtract them. We subtract 20% by 1%, because 20 minus 1 equals 19. So we have to do 20% minus 1%. I hope you understand. So the answer would be 437, because exchange the 6 and turn it into a 5, carry the 1 to the 0, which gives 10, minus 3 equals 7, 5 minus 2 equals 3, 4 minus nothing equals 4. Another 2 more question. Show you're working out. Show your method like how it says here. Show work. You guys know what I mean by that. So 17 goes into 80 times. 17 goes into 88. I don't know how many times, so I would write out the times tables on the side. And then if you don't know the next times table, just do a add column method. Just do a addition column method. So like this. So this is 1, and then 51, and then plus 17 equals 68, and then plus 17 equals 15, 7, 85. So that goes in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 times. And then 34, we know that goes in twice. So the answer would be 52. And then 216 plus 2/5 equals 2. Find the calculator. So do 6 times 5 equals 30. So 1 times 5 equals 5. And then 5 times 6 equals 30. So 2 times 6 equals 12. And then this 2/17 over 30. So 2/17 over 30. I'm sorry for saying this again, but ignore my handwriting. You can see all the answers in the government website. So this one, it's another long multiplication. So 36 is, no, 9 times 4 equals 36. And then 4 times 1 equals 4, plus the 3 equals 7. So we exchange the 3 to the 1. And because I forgot that, so 4 times 4 equals 16. Carry the 1, 24. 6 times 4 equals 24, plus 1 equals 25. 0, cross these out because you don't need them. That would be 7 times 9 equals 63. 7 times 1 equals 7, plus 6 equals equals 42, plus 2 equals 44. And then 6, 0, and then 15, 7, 47,506. Yeah, but 2 marker. So 5/12, and then this one is bit math, which is brackets, indices, multiplication and division, and addition and subtraction. So we have to do the bracket first, and in the bracket is the indices, or in board math it's called order. And then for the small 2, you have to do 5 times 5, which equals 25. And if it's a 3, because in any future SAT papers you have to do 5 times 5 times 5, which equals 125. So this equals 25, plus 3 equals 28. And then we got a division one, so minus 3, because 4, 8, 12, and then 25. So yeah, so 25, 65% of 540. Work out 10% and 5%. And then work out 60%. So 10% is 54 times 6, and then 24, 30, 32. So 3 to 4, and then plus 54 divided by 2 to find 5% equals, and then which equals 27, and then 8, 4, 3. So that's supposed to be an 8, and then 3 and 1/3 times 12, which equals 12 over 1, or it's 12 over 1. So 3 and which equals 3 and 12 thirds, which equal, and then that is 4 wholes, which equals 7. So that answer is 7, I think. So this one 45, 90, so that goes in ones. That's a big fat 0. And then 11, 6, 7, 3, 3, 6, 3, 6, 9. And then times 4 equals 360. So yeah. That is 2, 8. 360 equals 9. And then bring down the 0, which equals 2. So the answer would be 182. Not. I hope you guys are understanding. What's 240 times 3? So 0, 12, 7, 7, 720 divided by 8 equals 90. I can just put that straight in the box. Is this the last question? Yes, it is. We're on the last question, everybody. So, yep. 6 minus 1, which equals 3. 11, 4, 42. That's the answer. And that's the answers to all the questions. Some might be wrong. If they are, please comment down below. And if you did not understand some questions, let me know and I will make a video trying to explain it more deeply.